Hi, I'm Don Carr, and this is the JHS Muffuletta. So, there's this classic fuzz that's been around for a long time that's had many, many incarnations, and a lot of them are legendary. So, how do you get a hold of one of those, and how do you get that sound? Well, guess what? The JHS Muffuletta will do it for you. What JHS did was to take 5 of the most sought after of those sounds and actually replicate the circuit. You get the sound, you get the feel, you get the response, and it's not modeling, it's all analog. And then the 6th sound is actually JHS's take on that classic circuit. So like the original, you've got really simple control set here. You've got a master volume control, that's the volume. You've got sustain, which is the amount of fuzz, and you've got the tone, which is basically like a high-end filter. And this 4th control actually selects the different sounds. The different versions of this classic circuit that are included on this pedal are, you can see, the first one, reading right to left, is the JHS model. That's their take on it. And then the next one is the ram's head. That's the sound I use in the intro. Next one is the triangle, and then the pie, and the Russian, and finally the Civil War. Since there were so many versions of the original pedal that the Muffuletta is based on, they all had nicknames. That's what these symbols represent, are the various nicknames. And I'm going to step through each one of them and we'll give them a listen and you can kind of hear the characteristics and differences in them all. I'm playing a PRS 513 through a Fender Princeton Reverb amp, and I'm going to start with the Muffuletta bypass so you can kind of hear the reference signal. And here's the ram's head version. So let's compare that with the triangle, which is another one of the classic sounds. So there's a little more low end and a little more articulation. And now the pie. A little more compressed, a little more scooped in the mid. And the Russian. So that's a little fuzzier and a little less clear, not as much articulation. And the Civil War. It's actually a hair louder, a little less compressed, so I'm going to turn it down just to get it closer to the same level. I wanted to cover all the classic ones first. Now I've switched back to the JHS. You'll hear that it's actually less compressed and a little more low end. There's a good direct comparison of all the different versions and what they sound like and how they respond. So what I'm going to do now is land on one and dial around on the tone and sustain controls. I'm on the triangle right now, so let's check it out. So you can see all the controls are really interactive. As I was turning the tone down, I was turning the volume up. As I was turning the sustain down, turning the volume up to compensate. But it all works really well. You can dial in whatever sound you want. And the other point I really want to make is that each one of these versions reacts differently to the changes in tone and volume control. So it really is like having 6 different units. So there you go, the JHS Muffuletta. They managed to sandwich 6 different fuzzes into one box. Sandwich? See what I did there? You love it. You know you do. All right. If you have any questions about this or any other JHS product, please make sure to contact your Sweetwater sales engineer or check us out online at sweetwater.com. Thanks.